Hello, and welcome everyone to a new video. In this video I bring you a very good news. We are going to be having a new Heroes of Might and Magic game, and that is, as already you can tell from the title and thumbnail, Heroes 3, the Olden Era, and it seems to be the Heroes 3 successor that we have been deserving, but we haven't had for the longest time. Successor is maybe not the right word, it's more like a recreation. However, it has many new features and I have a lot to share with you. It is made by Unfrozen team, who have a good track record. They don't have any games under their belt, but the game that they made so far has been a success, both commercially and is well received by the player base. So I think they're actually like a really good fit. I got the pleasure to be flown out by them to actually meet them, face to face, talk to them, and it was like a really good experience. The publisher for the game, of course, is going to be Ubisoft. This is probably like the biggest downside that everybody sees within the game. Because, of course, Ubisoft does not really have a good track record for understanding what Heroes of Might and Magic players want. They also have usually pretty bad monetization. However, the Unfrozen team that is making the game have quite a bit of creative freedom when it comes to Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era, so I bet this is gonna be the best Heroes 3 release, Heroes of Might and Magic release that we will have in a really long time. So there's a lot to look forward to. I have already played the game, I've seen a lot about the game, I've talked with the developers, and I'm here to share all that we know about the Olden Era so far, and yeah, I'll share my thoughts with you as we go. The artistic style of Olden Era is a mix between Heroes 3 and Heroes 5, taking some of the better parts of both games. The map is very well readable. Whenever you look at any part of the map, you can immediately tell what's what, what's interactable, what's not, and this was like a big focus for the developers. They want the game to feel as good as Heroes 3, and one of the reasons Heroes 3 feels as good as it does is because everything like pops out. Like, whenever you see a treasure chest, you know that this is something that you can take intuitively whenever you just like look at it, even for the first time. And I think that Olden Era is striving to keep this sort of standard and is doing it well. The town design is something on a whole new level. Now, it's very hard for me to say that something is better than Heroes 3, but honestly, the towns in Olden Era just look absolutely fabulous. They took quite a bit of inspiration in that from Heroes 5, and yeah, let me tell you, the towns in Heroes 5 look amazing. However, they're like a little bit overblown. They did it like a little bit too far. So the Olden Era team very smartly like saw a lot of potential in that, and yeah, just made it like pop. All the towns look absolutely beautiful and amazing. I don't know how they did like such a good job with it, and the feel of it is really good too. Whenever you build a new building, it gets constructed very visually, and it feels just very satisfying. The unit design is also a strong selling point. Every single unit is like designed. There's no like filler units that are there just because, you know, like a faction needs 7 units, so I guess like we'll throw these guys in there. Every single unit seems like it is there for like a purpose. It feels like it belongs there, and it is very unique. There's like no bland design choices, and that is something that I really love about the art style of Olden Era. Next up, let's talk about some of the gameplay things related to Olden Era. So Olden Era will actually have like a pretty esports centered focus. They currently are aware that many people play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 online on the Horn of the Abyss lobby. They know that there's like many tournaments and they want to capitalize on it. So they are making like many tools and innovations to make that a reality. There's gonna be like a rank system completely decked out with like 3 different ladders. There's going to be one hero ladder. There's going to be no limit in terms of Heroes Ladder, and there's also going to be an arena mode, much like Hearthstone, where you like draft yourself a hero, items, army, and then you compete with other players, and there's going to be like an entire rank system just for that alone. When it comes to like regular map gameplay, they're also like introducing win conditions. they're gonna be like striving to make the games not as long as they are in Heroes 3, because you know, those games can actually drag out for like 8+ hours, but that's not really reasonable for match-made games. People don't really have that kind of time, and then you would maybe like need a save solution, but that's not really, let's say, elegant. So yes, they're gonna be like placing objects on the map, or perhaps you would have to reach it in order to... It would be like a coliseum, where you would have to like reach it in a certain amount of days from the other player reaching it, and then you would just like fight with the 2 heroes that would reach it. That would be like a definitive way to be able to end the game every single time. And I think this is actually like a wonderful solution that will cut down on game time in a fun and engaging way. They also are going to be providing the community with a great map editor. I don't really know about all the details yet, but from what I've seen, people are going to be able to create very amazing looking maps. There's already like many of those out in Heroes Stream, and it's definitely going to be available to be made in Olden Era as well, and probably you can push it even like far beyond the capabilities of current Heroes 3 editor, so that part is awesome. When it comes to the PvE side, like the campaign and such, I don't really know a lot yet. They do seem to take their lore seriously. I think that the game's lore is actually going to be like very much related to Might and Magic 8, so I've heard. I don't really know what that means, but if that matters to you, then take it for what you will. There are also like quite a bit of new things that the Olden Era team is doing in the game that is going to be like deviating from Heroes of Might and Magic 3 that we know. For instance, the spell system is basically completely reworked. There's going to be new schools of magic that will not be the same as the elemental schools that we know of in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. They're going to be having like a lot of rebalancing, there's going to be like no more mass slow and other problematic spells, and also they're introducing a new mechanic where you can level up your spells in your spell book. So for every town that you visit that has the spell that you may already have, you gain an extra level to that spell. There will be also items and skills that will boost up the spell level of certain type of spells, and you will be able to get them to a very high level that will be way more effective than it otherwise would be, with threshold effects as well to boost up their effectiveness. And pretty much every single unit in the game is going to be having like an active ability that they can use. But these unit abilities are not like in Heroes of Might and Magic 3 as well. They will usually be charged up. You cannot use them immediately. You first need to take like some other action, and then you gain energy on the unit, and then you will be able to like expend that energy in order to like get a special effect from your unit. And these unit effects range like very drastically. Your crossbowmen will be able to deal double damage, your gravediggers will be able to summon skeletons, so there's like summoning, damaging, utility, all sorts of abilities, of course buffs and so on. The hero development is also undergoing some changes with the introduction of perks. So for every few levels that you get in a certain skill, I believe, you're going to be able to choose a perk that will fit your hero or your playstyle, and yeah. I believe that this mechanic is going to be like introducing more depth to your hero building. I feel like this depth is actually like very well displayed in Heroes 5.5, and I believe this may be where they're taking some of their inspiration from. As you may know, I've been playing a lot of Heroes 5.5 recently, and honestly, the hero development there is amazing. It feels very impactful, and you can just build like a super strong hero. And that's a little bit of a worry on its own. In like a no-limit format, you don't want the hero strength to scale to a ridiculous degree where only your hero can do certain things. But I'm sure that the balancing side of the team is going to be well equipped in order to deal with any such possible issues. Another thing many people are concerned for in a Heroes of Might and Magic game is its music. Heroes 3 and 4, and to a lesser degree 5, are all very well known for their amazing music. Mostly made by Paul Romero, Honestly, a legend in the hero sphere these days. However, it seems that it's pretty unlikely that Paul will be joining in on the music side of Olden Era. If that was the case, I'm pretty sure we'd know by now, and it kind of at least like feels to me that will not be happening, but who knows. The game is set to come out to early access in Q2 2025, and as my closing thoughts, I think that the game has like amazing potential. It has caring developers, and you know, like a game in this space is like long awaited. Like we thirst for a new good Heroes of Might and Magic game, and I feel like this one might just be it. Of course, there are hurdles to get through, but I'm very hopeful that we will have the successor that we've always dreamt of. I thank you all for watching the video, and yeah, see you next time.